bedroom saying that they were looking for money. Then the men took Bick and Han to the basement and then shot them multiple times.
Whoa.
Yeah. Then they took all the cash in the house, including $2,000 from Jennifer, and then they left. So with both of her parents dead, Jennifer started her act. She had to get herself hyped up, like, okay, you could do this. Think about what makes me sad. Oh, Wong left me. Yeah, yeah. Wong left. Wong left. Okay, okay. The tears are coming. Maybe cut an onion. Maybe I should cut an onion and rub it in my eyes. Okay,
Because
okay.
that'll make me cry.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Then she called 911. So she called 911. She's screaming and crying. And while on the call with 911, she heard her father yell. And you could hear on the 911 tape when her father yells, you could hear she changes, like her demeanor changes. Because that's when she actually realized, oh wait, shit, he's still alive. Only her mom was dead, her father was still alive. So we're going to go ahead and listen to the 911 call now.
911, Drew.
Help me, please. I need help.
Where are you, ma'am?
238 Helen Avenue. I think we just go wrong. I don't know where my parents are.
Ma'am, calm down. What's going on?
Some people broke into our house and they just showed all his money.
Okay,
and I couldn't hear my parents yelling downstairs.
Okay,
Please send help.
ma'am, where are you? 238 what?
Avenue.
238 Avenue Road.
Yes.
Can you spell the street name for me, please?
Dad? Just no, you're calling her.
Ma'am. Hello.
I'm okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, I need to know your address. Avenue Road. Can you please spell it for me?
238 Avenue. 238 Helen Avenue. My dad just went outside screaming.
Ma'am, can you spell the street address for me, please?
Helen. Someone broke in and I heard shots like pops. I don't know what's happening. I'm tied upstairs. And I think my dad went outside and he's screaming.
Okay, you're upstairs? You think someone's still in the house?
I heard them leave. I don't know if they're still around.
Okay, are you safe? Can you lock your door? Are you upstairs?
I can't. I'm tied. My hands are tied.
You're tied?
I had my cell phone in my pocket.
Someone invaded your home, ma'am?
Yes, and
you
I
heard
heard
gunshots?
They had guns and they were holding me at gunpoint. Please, hurry.
Okay, do you hear your mom anywhere downstairs? Do you think your mom's outside too?
What? Sorry?
Do you think your mom is downstairs too still, or
I don't hear her anymore.
Okay, just take a deep breath, okay? Do you know that if they know your parents, anything like that, was there any relation to them? Do they call them there? They just came and tied you up and
they came in and they were like, where's all your money? Where's your money? Where's your wallet? And they
were asking you for money?
Yeah, could you call my uncle and my aunt, please?
Okay.
They live nearby.
Don't worry, okay? We have lots of help on the way, okay? What's your name?
My name is Jennifer.
Jennifer? Okay, Jennifer, you're doing a great job, okay?
I think I hear them.
You hear them? Okay, just stay on the phone with me till you see them, okay? Jennifer? Jennifer?
Yeah?
You're still on the phone, right? Okay. Do you see anyone there?
Yeah, I hear them. Hello? 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 I'm upstairs.
Okay, Jennifer, they're with you, okay?
I don't know where my mom is.
Jennifer?
Yes?
They're with you, right?
I don't see them yet. I hear them.
Okay, you want to stay on the phone with me till you see them? They're there, okay? Jennifer, I'm going to hang up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, take care, okay?
Yeah.
Guys, you will not believe what happened. Char had some technical difficulties, and now we're recording this part on a different day. Oh my god. But anyway, where we left off was we were listening to the 911 call, and I was asking you, Char, did you hear the craziness of that 911 call?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you
Wow.
heard when it changed. Like she was like, like, oh, somebody broke in, my dad, this and this, and then you heard when she heard her dad screamed, and she heard her dad was alive, and you heard the change in her tone because she had thought her dad was dead this whole time. Did you hear that on the recording?
Yeah, we compared it in our pre-recording. We compared it to the Chauncey Mormon case where she literally lied to the body cam 37 times, and she was all out of breath, huffing, puffing because the lies weren't coming to her fast enough, or at least making sense out of the lies. But this chick, I don't know, she's just really out there. I mean, goodness, I think anybody could beat Chauncey on that. But yeah, really.
Well, with Chauncey's recording, her recording was just that was the 911 recording, and then it hung up, and then they went to find her based on the location. But with Jennifer's recording, she was actually saying stuff and trying to sound like she was like in distress. So it was just crazy. So anyways, when the cops did come, so they stayed on the phone, the 911 operator stayed on the phone with Jennifer until the cops get there. So you could hear all that on the call. So when the cops did get there, Jennifer told them that the intruders had tied her up, but then she was actually able to get her hands free and call them. And if you watch the video, which that's something else I'm also going to put on it's going to be in our, what do I want to say? The video is going to be in our group, our fan page group. So if you want to see this video of basically everything she's doing, talking to the cops, her interrogation, everything like that, it's all recorded. So if you want to see this video, just go ahead and go to our Love and Murder fan page. And I'll also put that link in the comments below. So anyways, so when she told the cops that her hands were supposed to be tied behind her back, so her hands are tied behind her back, and she's saying she was able to get her phone out and call them. Said she was able to get her hands like a little bit free to go ahead and call them. And you'll see when they're interrogating her, they have her recreate that. Like if your hands were tied behind your back, how were you able to get your phone and everything like that?
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, she did. She was. If you look at it, she was actually able to show them how she did it. And in this psychology video that I'm gonna put in the group, it basically says if she had deviated just a little bit, if she had done something just a micro centimeter different, they would have said no. They would have said that was a lie. But she did it perfectly, where she was able to get her arm, like show them how her arm was tied, and she got her phone out. So
wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if she thought it through, or I don't know, maybe she practiced it before. But anyway, police then took her father, Han, to Markham Stouffville Hospital, where he was initially treated for his wound, and then they air vacced him to Sunnybrook Hospital in Toronto, where he was then put into a medically induced coma. So, while they're doing that, the cops take Jennifer, and they actually took her to the to the station, and they interviewed her, and they were really gentle with her, like, I understand, gave her water, they were patting her arms, like, take your time. But they did say even through that, there were some red flags that the investigators noticed in her mannerisms. So her story itself was airtight, but unless you're a freaking actress, you can't force your emotions. So her story was good, but the emotions wasn't matching the story.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so like I said, I'll post a video in our Facebook group, so just look for Love and Murder fan page. Not the business page, it's actually a group, Love and Murder fan page, and I'll post the link below. I got this from a really good source on YouTube, so you can watch all of the cops interviewing her. And the video that I'm going to send to you is actually criminal psychology. So it's a guy looking at the psychology of the criminal, and he stops the video to like explain different aspects of how she's acting, how she's moving, how she's responding, and everything like that. It was really interesting when I watched it. So if you want to take part in that, go over to our Facebook group, and the link is below. But moving on. Because the cops didn't actually believe her story, they brought her in for a second interview. And if she had been smart enough, she would have known that, wait a second, they don't bring innocent people in for another interview.
Right.
Rarely do they do that. So her red flags would have been going up, but she's so secure in her story, and she didn't realize that they were bringing her back in to interview. Then, even though they brought her in a second time, they still weren't satisfied with her answers, so they brought her in a third time.
Wow.
But
okay, the third time's the charmer. We'll see.
But with the third time, they actually brought in a special detective to speak with her. And he did an excellent job, because this is what he does. And he noticed even more red flags during that interview.
Body language too, I'm sure.
Yeah, so after you listen to our podcast, go and watch that video, and you'll see how he interacts with her. So by the time it's the third interview, they're no longer as gentle as they were in the first interview.
I bet.
So she actually got to the point where she admitted that she hired the contract killers, but she said I'm sorry, I had to laugh at this. But she said she hired them to kill her and not her parents.
Wow. How noble. How perfectly noble of you.
But even though she said this,
instead.
Yeah, right? But even though she said this, he didn't believe her. And basically, with all the evidence piling up and stuff, it just wasn't making sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went ahead and arrested her for murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit murder. Good Lord.
So it's one of those three are going to stick.
Yeah, you gonna get something.
Definitely.
So this was She's a
little messy. She's messy Marlita, as we say.
So this was November 22nd in 2010. There's more to the interview, but it was like 4 hours long. So like I said, I'll post that YouTube video in our group, Love and Murder fan page group, for you to see.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, it's like they condensed it, obviously, but it's a 4 hour long interview. So just if you want to watch this, just go to our fan page and ask to be let in. So then, so M, as we're calling him, was arrested on April 14th, 2011, and then Cardi was arrested at Maplehurst Correctional Complex. So basically, he was already in prison. Guess what he was in prison for?
Ooh.
He was in prison for another murder. Not related to this one. I'm serious. So he was already in prison for another murder.
Killer in our hands too, with that
dude.
Yeah.
And then Wong, who was her boyfriend, was arrested on April 26, 2011, at work. So imagine that you're at work and you get arrested in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And
so embarrassing enough. Yeah. I'm just trying.
Yeah, they were probably like, Mm-hmm. They probably was wondering why he got arrested. And then imagine this. You're working with someone and you've been working with him for years, and then he gets arrested in front of you, and then you don't know why he's arrested. You're like, did he steal something? Was it because he had drugs or whatever? And then you see the news and he was arrested for murder. Oh, good Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Right? You're like, oh my God, and I worked right next to him?
No, I'm thinking I'm hiring Ben Verified or getting the app or something for the next employee that we hire. Like I have something.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy.
And then Crawford was arrested while going into custody for another crime that he committed. So he was arrested while he was going into custody, and that happened on May 4th, 2011. So they were arrested like really spread out there.
Yeah.
So the trial for this started on March 2014 and lasted 10 months. As you well know, of course, everyone pleaded not guilty.
Not guilty.
Of course. But after evidence, including, like, they were able to track the cell phones, including text messages. So those text messages that they have in evidence was over 100 messages sent between Jennifer and Wong 6 hours before the murder. That basically went into detail about how the murders were going to be committed.
Oh, it's called digital evidence. People get a clue. Don't these people before they commit a murder? Don't they watch like Forensic Files or CSI or something? Because it happens all the time. You can't just get rid of the digital evidence, and then you say so much. on the text messages. Like, what? I could see, some other method of getting the, hey, look, go to this 7-Eleven and I'm going to leave. There's going to be a red balloon behind the dumpster. And inside of that, there'll be, okay. And